But I learned slang working in restaurants, like from Mexicans.
right.
So I would like throw those in once in a while. And there's this one thing that I'll never forget. Some like busboys taught me. They were like, say instead of gracias, say a toda madre. And I'm like, a toda madre? And they're like, yeah. It's like a cool way of saying thank you. I'm like, you're not f***ing with me? And they're like, no, I'm not f***ing
They're with you.
They weren't. But it means to all mother. Like literally translated means to all mother. So I don't really get what I'm saying.
Right.
But there were a few times where they like show me our hotel when we got to the spot, and they were like walking us through the amenities, and I'm like, great. And they're like, okay, so you're all good. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm like, a toda madre. And they're all like, a toda madre. They're like, dude, holy shit.
Yeah.
And every time I say it, whoever we were working with or like dealing with would crack up. And Alyssa was like, what do you think it like? I'm like, it must be like a foreigner in America just like eating food. And they're like, how was your meal? And I'm just like, how you say these rips? Like I must be saying
like the
something
equivalent
like that.
of that. That's funny.
It's just like, tell the chef he didn't have to flex on me so hard.
The clock has started.
Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street. You know the deal. We got stuff coming up. HesbyStreetPod.com is where you can find future dates, maybe? At least of yours.
I don't even know if mine are up anymore, man. No one's going there. You know what, Hesbos? Tell your friends about the podcast. How about that?
No, I don't like this grassroots approach. How about this reverse psychology?
Okay.
Dude, I bet you would. You're scared to tell your friends, dude.
Dude, you don't have friends to tell.
You don't even like
You
this.
fucking loner.
Yeah, you pretend to get the jokes. You don't get them. And your friends are too dumb to get them, too. Watch. Show them. Show them your favorite clips. See if they like it.
You guys won't even laugh, dude.
Patreon.com/Hesby Street, though. For real, though. For real. Like, I'm not even fronting.
For real.
I'm not trying to front on any of this. Extra episode every week, dog. And that's our gift to you for the small
Money.
exchange.
And then come see us December 7th live podcast, Joke Off, at the Hollywood Improv.
Joke Off Volume 2 LA Edition. We're ready, man. It's jokier. It's offer than ever. Just buy a fucking
Things are coming
ticket.
off, man.
Things are coming off. The loser, the first person that's joked off will have to strip and jack off.
Yep.
It's a new rule we're doing.
I know exactly who I'm joking off. You know what I mean? Music?
Oh, I already played.
Oh, my bad.
Hold on, I was just
I didn't
vibing out to that.
hear it.
I was just vibing out to that sick riff I did.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
Welcome back to America, dude.
Thank you, man.
How was your Mexican Thanksgiving?
It was great. We learned a lot about the culture. You know what's funny is the movie Thanksgiving, there were flyers of it on the street, and it's called Black Friday
Interesting.
or Viernes Negro, but like, I still
That
don't-
makes sense. I saw the movie, and it really does take... It really should have been called Black Friday.
Okay,
It
okay.
makes more sense.
But I just feel like,
There's no word for Thanksgiving probably in Spanish.
but it's very, of course,
Yeah.
in Spanish, like
They don't do
Thanksgiving isn't a, but it's so many references. Like they get stabbed by the little mini corn holder.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like they're dressed like pilgrims. Like
Yeah.
just taking out the word Thanksgiving doesn't make
Right.
it all make sense.
It was a Thanksgiving.
It's
Great
interesting.
movie.
It's probably what they have to do at every other country. It's probably called Black Friday in every other country.
Yeah, that is interesting. You would think it's just not an international movie, but I guess
There's money in them streets.
There is money
Mexico
in
was great.
them.
The food, I honestly want to do it every year. Get away from family, go to Mexico City.
what like you didn't miss it?
Miss what?
You know, turkey, stuffing, the holiday spirit of it all. Because they don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
They don't celebrate
And
Thanksgiving.
if they do, it's not on the same day. Some countries do it on different
We actually got there like the day their Independence Day or Revolution Day is like a few days before Thanksgiving.
Nice.
But the city's kind of shut down. It's like they're with their families, and
Right.
we don't have a family. We're like, get out of your family's house, make this fucking whatever thing, make this tlayuda.
Did they do like party in the streets like we do on Independence Day? No fireworks.
There was nothing really. Yeah,
No rockets, red glare.
If there were, we didn't know the spots.
Got it.
It's the world's biggest city in the America's biggest city. It's a megalopolis, which is a word.
Yeah, that's got way too many people.
It's got a ton of people. It's super big. We stayed in like the bougie gentrified area for the first few nights, and then we're like, let's go to like downtown historic center, see the big museum. And we got there, and it was chaos. Like if a protest was happening, but we couldn't understand what. And SWAT teams were coming out of police cars.
Yeah.
And they put barricades around the statues of the museum, but like the barricades that stop vehicles, not like the little friendly one, like the arced big ones. And we're like, can we Google this? Like, what is the fight here? You know, I wish I could understand Spanish.
Which side I'm on, first of all.
Right. I'm like, let's back the blue, right? We protect the statues, right? And then we left that night. We left it felt like we were in downtown LA. So many tuxedo stores.
Of course. So
many suits being sold. These downtown shady areas where it's just homeless everywhere. And they're like, you want a tuxedo? It's like, look around. Is anyone got a prom coming up here? No one wants a tuxedo.
It's got, dude, I don't know if we talked about it on the pod, but in downtown LA, it was like 7 suit shops next to each other.
And they're barking.
They're barking. Because at first I was like, it must be like a money laundering thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have barkers.
They're
people
aggressively
outside being like, you need a suit, you need a suit.
And that's the weird thing. It's like, what customer is on the fence? Like, well, I was just going to get groceries, but I don't have a suit. It's like, they think we're all Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is that barking energy in downtown, it was so much where they really like their Fisherman's Wharf, their like tourist trap are rooftops. Like get above the chaos, look out over the city. There's a lot of cool historic architecture.
All the smog.
Yeah, the smog wasn't bad.
Smog.
Yeah, above the smog, right. It's gorgeous, like old Spanish architecture.
Right.
Like, it's where like big chapels that it looks like Assassin's Creed or something. I don't know how else to describe it. But the terraces are so far up and hard to get to that they had some people on like second floor balconies of these buildings just being like, hey, there's a balcony up here. They're like shouting at us in Spanish, like, come on, you guys, you hungry? You want a drink? I'm like, I don't like this.
That's weird.
Stop shouting at me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to your roof for a $45
So you went back
cocktail.
to the gentrified area?
We found another gentrified area, and I'm like, I'm a basic bitch.
So you went without a hotel or a place to stay the whole night? You're like, we'll go for a few nights and then figure it out?
No, we booked our Airbnb in the gentrified spot,
right.
Roma Norte, which I love.
So you just would go for the night?
We went for a few nights. No, we booked that other place for the rest of the trip, and on day one, the room was weird. We went out, we're like, let's go find something to eat. Let's go see the city.
Right.
And it was just like danger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got a bad feeling. Like, it feels like police are going to clash with, like, I don't think we're going to get into this museum we wanted to see. And so I told Elizabeth, I'm like, look, I think we're okay financially to like allow ourselves to enjoy the end of this trip.
Right.
So I used Hotel Tonight, great app. Got like $130 room in like
We're
a
actually
boutique.
Sponsored by Travago.
Travago.
Yeah.
That one guy. That one hot guy in all the ads?
Yes. That's actually, they
Travago.
spend the money for, so you can't say, we're going to have to edit out hotel.com.
Okay. Thank God for Travago. I was just like, honey, let's Travago this.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. And just to cover our asses, honey, why don't we booking.com our way out of this?
No, you can't.
And let's Expedia and Kayak. just in case things happen in business.
All right. I have to edit those out for this episode, but I guess I could put it in a different one.
Yeah.
Travago only ordered for the whole quarter. The rest of the quarter.
We're listening. So we went to a bougie neighborhood, and I like the medium gentrified. Fully
Perfect
gentrified.
amount.
People are
The worst.
Unapologetically, they exist so loudly in white American, like fancy, expensive stroller walking by me like, oh no, this line is too long. We are not going. And I'm like, be ashamed. Be ashamed of how you sound.
Yeah.
The world hears you.
Yeah.
Like, they hate white people.
Yeah.
But I'm there. Right. And I get to blend, but Elizabeth gets some nasty looks because she is white.
Oh, Elizabeth can blend, I feel like. She kind of got like, I feel you guys can pull off the like Spanish vibe, which they don't like.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's the literal conqueror.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're still racist to them. And no, but I loved it, and I flexed my Spanish. I did most of the talking. It's not great. My Spanish is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I know...
You just say soy guapo a lot.
Yeah, I say soy guapo.
Loud, you get loud.
They're like, would you like more? You know, and I'm like, soy guapo. Like, so you're not eating anymore? But I learned slang working in restaurants, like from Mexicans. Right. So I would like throw those in once in a while. And there's this one thing that I'll never forget. Some like busboys taught me. They were like, say instead of gracias, say a toda madre. And I'm like, a toda madre? And they're like, yeah. It's like a cool way of saying thank you. I'm like, you're not fucking with me? And they're like, no, I'm not fucking with you.
They're fucking with you.
They weren't. But it means to all mother. Like literally translated means to all mother. So I don't really get what I'm saying.
Right.
But there were a few times where they like show me our hotel when we got to the spot, and they were like walking us through the amenities, and I'm like, great. And they're like, okay, so you're all good. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm like, a toda madre. And they're all like, a toda madre. They're like, dude, holy shit. Yeah. And every time I say it, whoever we were working with or like dealing with would crack up. And Elizabeth's like, what do you think it like? I'm like, it must be like a foreigner in America just like eating food. And they're like, how was your meal? And I'm just like, how you say these fucking rips. Like I must be saying
like the
something
equivalent
like that.
Of that. That's funny.
It's just like, tell the chef he didn't have to flex on me so hard.
Like, okay.
Damn, let me see your translation book. Is that in there? Yeah, so that's Mexico.
That's it.
It felt like we were in Gotham City for a sec.
Yeah.
I thought Bane was going to come out of the palace and be like, Bienvenido.
I love that you brought up Bane because Bane is on this week's.
Are you serious?
It is on there, yeah. It's right there.
Is Batman on there?
Batman's not on there, but maybe next time.
Okay. I can only really do Christian Bale's Batman.
That's fine.
Everyone else's is kind of their own voice.
Yeah, well,
Christian Bale was the only one that went like, I'm here.
I'm Batman.
I couldn't handle that.
Okay. Well, you don't have to. It's not on Zack's character wheel. What did we call it?
The Wheel of Accents.
The
Wheel of Zaccents.
Zaccents. The Wheel of Zaccents that we've created. So
before we get into it, can I just talk about a gripe I've had?
Of course you can talk about a gripe.
How much time do we have left?
We got time.
Okay, cool. I've come back, America. I'm getting used to things again. Mm-hmm. I'm getting acclimated. I've realized there's something I don't like that we do.
What do we do?
I don't do it, but a lot of people do it.
Okay.
You have a dish.
Okay.
You wash your dish.
Mm-hmm.
And before I even get into the gripe, let's just admit, if you are at anyone's apartment where they don't have a dishwasher, you are eating and drinking out of dirty dishes.
No,
they washed it with their hand. They're not submerging it. They're not fucking fully. They give it a thing, and there's food that's been crusted on for months, but it's too hard to wipe out.
No, you flip the sponge over to the green side, and you really give it in there, and then you rinse it.
And you're a good person, Torio.
Hey, come to my place. My dishes are clean, ladies.
But the one thing I hate in the dish drying process is people put their cups back upside down.
I put my cups back upside down.
Torio.
What?
That's the only part I need. The rim of the cup.
Because you're okay, but then when you grab a drink, you're gonna be drinking dust. You think your place is just dust free?
No, but the cabinet doors are closed. Dust isn't seeping in through the cabinet.
Dust is everywhere, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, so it's upside down for dust?
Yeah, I don't want dust getting in there.
I thought people were upside downing it because they wanted to fully dry.
No,
I'm like, leave the fucking scum.
No.
Leave your soap scum.
It's because you're gonna drink water out of that.
Yeah,
and the entire existence of the room is just settling into the bottom of this cup.
No, your cup would have to be sitting out in the open, not in a cabinet.
It doesn't matter. Cabinet, no cabinet.
All right. Well, sound off in the chat, Hesbos.
Yeah.
Let us know if you are a cup side up or cup side down.
Cup side down.
No.
If you want to be with me, cup side down. That's my only deep red
up.
flag.
Hey, we cup up over here, homie.
It's interesting you say that because I grabbed this cup today. It was cup down, which you guys never do.
Pissed me off. I saw
Who did that?
Elizabeth must have seen my griping, and she just put one. It's the only one. I think she just watched it and then was like,
just to fuck with you. I love man.
Yeah, it's fun. We're in love. That was really nice. We're in love again.
It is cool that you guys got to have that time together.
Because we don't just get to do nothing. that was the funny part. You get to a place and there's like, want to see the pyramids. There's this famous boat ride everyone takes.
And you can't, yeah.
It's like a party boat, but like the canals were the Aztecs like original highway, like they would use. So it was like history, and we looked at the route and everything was like an hour to 2 hours away. And she was like, I don't want to do any of it.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And we just did nothing but like hung out and looked up where to eat.
That's the way to do vacation, I think. It's like do a couple touristy days.
If you want.
If you want. But also like, well, if there's something you gotta see in that town.
Sure.
You know,
like
you
the
can't,
pyramids in Giza.
But then just like live, try to experience that place for a week.
Yes.
Right. Obviously you're not gonna be like a local, but like
go to your cafe, read a book in the park. That was, I knocked out 2 books. Zacky, 2 books, strikes again.
Okay, so you didn't actually talk to your wife. You just read books.
Well, you know how I read. I talk about the book to you.
Oh, that's true.
So we talked a lot, actually. Yeah, I'm a reader now. I read all the time. And let me tell you, movies, not all they're cracked up to be.
You got to read the book.
Get to the book. You thought you liked Shrek?
Oh, the book.
The book
and
covers
honestly,
so much more.
Shrek the Third, the book?
One of the greatest pieces of literature.
It's so different than the movie.
And it's so good that I don't know if it should be mandatory reading or burned.
Have you read the offshoot? They never made a movie about this, but it was kind of the offshoot Lord Farquaad book.
No, the Farquaad
my
series.
God. You want to talk about depth?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's and that guy, that's the thing is we jump into Shrek and he's already the Lord.
Yeah.
But like his coming to be Lord,
right?
That whole story,
right?
It really makes you understand why he was the way he was.
Totally.
Yeah.
And guess what? In the book, absolute smoke show. The hottest person I've ever read.
Yes. You just look at the spelling of Farquaad and I get horned out.
Dog, it does something to you.
It's smutty.
It is.
Times.
It's a little aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. But I don't want it to stop. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
I tickle my neck a little bit. It gets hot in the room.
Yes.
A lot of great books out there. Goldmember
was solid.
The whole Austin Powers series was actually
Powers series. Gigli, terrible movie. But the book holds up.
I knew once they were going to make the movie, I'm like, no fucking way.
I was like, there's no way
you're going to put what that book is into a movie.
I know, and they couldn't.
They could not.
Con Air.
Con Air the book.
Con Air the book was
I
good.
loved Con Air the book. And the thing is, the criminals were so much worse. You could really hear their backstory.
Because you could get in their head.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like, you watch Con Air, and it's like, yeah, you could, Nick Cage, that famous meme, him looking up. You could see the depth of his character, but the villains, until you really get into their motives, you don't. It's not. Anyways,
no,
Con Air the book.
I agree. Nicolas Cage, actually, the accent people hated on him for, he does it perfectly. That's what you don't realize. You're reading the book and you're like, that is what he sounds like.
Yeah. And Dave Chappelle
nailed whatever that guy was. I don't know Con Air the movie that well. I know the book by heart.
Well, you remember the guy they throw out of the he throws out of the plane and it's like a message to John Cusack.
Yeah.
That was Dave Chappelle's role. And that guy in the book played such a much bigger part.
He was a huge part of the book.
The book, he was huge.
Yeah.
And you got to make cuts for time sometimes.
Yeah. Double Team with Dennis Rodman and Jean-Claude Van Damme. The movie had to happen, I understand, because the book was such a success.
Yep.
Rocky
the book. Actually, you know what? I'll say this. Maybe this is controversial. Like the movie better than the book with Rocky.
I'll say that because the book was technically a screenplay that was typewritered by Sylvester Stallone.
It was the book got into too much detail of how to punch. But I did learn you got to go through the target.
Right.
But it was just like, get back to the plot.
Right.
There'd be chapters of just literal coaching on how to punch a man.
Yeah, it was like a Michael Lewis type of like just the history of the evolution of punching. Like, did we need the medieval discovery of a punch?
I don't think so.
I don't think you needed that.
But am I different now having read it? Possibly.
I don't think you are.
Okay. All right. Well, and now it's time to jump into old the Zaccent wheel.
Okay.
If you don't remember the Zaccent wheel, we're going to pick an accent, a profession of this character, and what they're here to promote on the podcast.
Okay.
You got to pick a number 1 through 10 for each, and we will build this character who then Zack will bring to life once and only once.
And let's not short sell this. Torio will carry much of the conversation as the not forgotten straight man.
That's right. I will
with
be
his own
here.
quirks.
I'll be here. No, and here's wine the whole way.
No, but now this.
All right, I'm gonna need a 1 through 10 for your accent.
Okay, let's go with 8.
8. You're going to be Portuguese.
Okay.
One of the least fun accents on the list, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, can I say no to that?
Yeah, you can say no. Pick
because
a new one.
I can only speak fake Portuguese,
yeah,
which isn't
fair.
a language.
All right, pick a new number then.
No, you know what? We go.
Oh, no, you know what? 8 actually is morning DJ. I had it all mixed up there.
Okay. Like morning radio DJ? Okay.
Yeah. And then your...
or like Ibiza morning DJ, like the guy that comes on at 4 a.m.
Any morning DJ that, however you interpret it. Okay. That's the fun thing about Zack's.
All right, I might have a little fun with that.
And your job is, need a number?
2.
2, you're a presidential candidate.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
For the upcoming, I'm going to say American presidency.
Okay.
2024.
Okay.
Morning DJ, presidential candidate. And you are here on the podcast not for that. Not to promote your, maybe that, but your main reason will be...
So I'm a presidential candidate that really doesn't want to discuss this.
You can bring it up, but your main reason for being here
is 5.
Getting ahead of a sex tape. Okay. Kind of fits perfect.
Okay.
You're a morning DJ running for president trying to get ahead of a sex tape.
Okay.
It's so good to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure for me to get out into the world. I do, from my career as a small DJ in a beach club in Ibiza to a morning DJ in American radio to presidential candidate.
Yeah.
To be such a sex icon, it has caused problems in the world of... In DJ, it's not a problem. But in a President America... DJ Fuckface is not exactly a warmly welcome name.
So are you thinking about changing your name before you put it on the ballot?
I have thought about it, and my team has suggested it heavily, but there is so much paperwork. Just to get to DJ Fuckface was a nightmare.
You really doubled down on the Ibiza DJ, and I love it.
I forget, I'm Portuguese, right?
No, you're just morning DJ. You can
I'm
be Portuguese.
just morning DJ, yeah, but I feel like, man, I'm leaning into some kind of culture here.
You can be Portuguese, too. Okay, but were you born in America?
Pew, pew, pew. I would like to keep that information private according to advice from my team.
Okay, cool. So,
oh no, another truth factor.
I didn't realize you brought your soundboard.
Yeah. Sometimes I use it to express myself. I feel like I relate more to the masses, and it tested well.
It tested well.
It tested really well in focus groups.
Okay, that's great. So,
what do you think about Exhibit B?
Well, I got caught up in the beat there.
Yeah, man, that's how I distract you from us starting wars where we don't belong.
Okay, DJ Fuckface. Can I ask this? Are you planning, before we get to the sex tape?
That's Mr. Face to you, by the way. I'm just kidding. You can call me Fuck.
All right, DJ Fuck. What are you going to run as a Republican or a Democrat, you think?
I align with the Green Party mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like green is so fun in its life. Mm-hmm. Music is green. Most of the money is green, except for the expensive ones. And also, marijuana is so legal now.
It is, marijuana is so legal.
Yeah, but not federally yet.
Okay. And so I'm looking at the polls now. You actually are leading the Green Party, but it is close. And a lot of that has to do with this alleged sex tape that may or may not be releasing soon. What's the deal with that?
I thought my team talked to you about this, that they didn't want to address it.
Oh, no, I thought...
Oh, no, uncomfortable time.
Well, the whole reason we had you on
I don't even know where that button is for.
was to discuss this. That's otherwise, I don't see why we have you on.
You're like one of these hard-hitting interview guys.
Yeah.
Man, I thought C-SPAN was a little more fun.
Yeah, well, it's not. So do you want to bring it up, or
the sex tape?
Is it real?
I cannot say it was real because when I was in the moment, it was surreal. And if you think about Power of Now, the past is no longer real.
Got it. Okay. So.
Unfortunately, the sex tape is very much real. It has been shopped around.
Okay.
By numerous parties involved in the video.
Is it going to be released? You think? Are you trying to buy it back?
What
happens in the sex tape?
Well, I really think it's like describing a movie. It's not really. You just got to see the movie.
Okay, so can I see it?
I don't have the copies with me right now, but here's what I will say. All those donkeys and horses were there on their own admission. I mean, volition. I mean...
Okay, you charge them to be there?
Big word I can't think of right now. No.
How is this going to affect your...
I brought my insecurities deck today. Educationally limited. Ibiza school system. Filled.
Okay, so then that poses the question of how can we trust you to lead the country if you can't even really figure out big words, or you said earlier you didn't like paperwork.
Right. Yeah, paperwork is very boring, but I will say this, I connect to the people.
Okay.
Because who likes paperwork?
Perfect.
Who
very
gets
relatable.
excited when the IRS comes knocking at your door for more paper?
So then the IRS, if we vote for you, it won't be coming knocking at our door?
No, but I'm just saying it's annoying for me also.
Okay, got it. You can just relate to us.
Right, but we need your money to make roads and bombs.
You don't have a bomb button? That seemed like the perfect time.
Sorry, I get a little nervous. I forget to press sometimes.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Fine. Well,
bomb!
Honestly,
probably could have done better with that button. We'll regroup next time.
Oh, it's great to have you here,
it's
DJ
so fun.
Fuckface.
You know, I am a sex symbol, so you have to understand, my sex tapes, it's part of my persona.
Yeah.
But I will ask you this. Who in America doesn't like to fuck stuff?
That's a good point. Are you asking me personally? I'm from America. I love to fuck stuff.
Not rhetorical question. Brought that button for that moment precisely.
I guess I'm a fan of your Morning Zoo show. DJ Fuckface and the Beaver.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, man.
Will you be bringing the Beaver as your VP?
The Beaver will not be my VP, but he will be Secretary of Department of Agriculture and Wildlife.
Okay, cool. So will the show then be canceled? Because you'll be busy being President of the United States.
Right.
DJ Beaver will be running wildlife.
And agriculture.
Yeah.
And national parks.
I think you're thinking of the Secretary of the Interior, perhaps?
Yeah, the inside part.
Yes, got it.
Here.
Again,
DJ Beaver.
You can figure that out if you win.
Actually, DJ Beaver might work in Border Patrol, too. Because he's building that dam.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Build that dam. Build that dam.
That's fun.
I hope I can distract people for 4 to 8 years.
Okay, perfect. Distract them from what?
Well, the fact that I'm not really doing anything, but just keeping the vibes right.
Honestly, if I'm being honest, with our other choices, of course, Biden and presumably Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Just someone that's going to do nothing but keep the vibes right sounds like it could be pretty, to use one of your slangs, hella dope.
I believe it's hella dope to make sure everyone in America is just feeling the ride and having a good time with it. Okay. Our forefathers fought for so much. Well, your forefathers. I am from Ibiza.
Right.
But through a new loophole, I squeaked my way into this situation.
Oh, what is the new loophole? I thought you had to be born in America.
If your parents fucked in America and made you somewhere else, now you are American too.
Okay, that doesn't sound right at all.
Oh yeah, it's the life begins at conception protocol.
Got it. So even though you're a Green Party candidate, because you like the color green, you're actually kind of aligning based on some of the issues you've brought up more with the conservative base.
Well, the thing is, I'm a centrist at heart.
You're a what at heart?
Centrist at heart.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
A moderate.
That's why our motto is, baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? Ooh. I owe her $4 million.
Oh, what? I got caught up in the tune.
It's so catchy, but every time I play it, she charges us $4 million. My team is begging me not to press this button again. Oh, why don't you just look at that one guy, he's crying. Who are you on the phone with?
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I know, Illuminati.
Oh, you have the Illuminati on your side.
They're helping me out a little bit.
Oh.
We're not involved too much. They are helping me get ahead of my sex tape. Because I was able to, every animal that I peed on in the video, actually, they've been able to prove through scientists that they've hired that peeing on certain animals is great for longevity.
Oh, it helps.
It helps them live. The strong fur is important.
Strong fur is important. Well,
so I just want to say this to everyone that saw the sex tape. I'm sorry I look like that naked.
That's what you're sorry about.
Yes.
God, it's when you're getting ahead of the head of
I'm
the
getting the growth looked at.
Well, I'll tell you what, DJ Fuckface, we're all rooting for you here at C-SPAN. We hope you make it into the major debate when they finally do Democrat and Republican. I'd love to see DJ Fuckface there. Do you have maybe two-prong question before we end the interview, because we are running out of time?
The last time I fucked with something two-prong, I got in trouble for the sex tape.
Oh, nothing happened when you hit that button.
The button's supposed to do something.
Okay.
I guess I'll just wing it.
That was pretty good.
It's a horsey sound.
Yeah, that was good. I guess, of course, any final thoughts, any pleas to the audience if you want to vote for you, and also, do you have your VP selected? Any front runners for who you might pick for that?
Yeah. I'm going to answer in reverse order.
Perfect.
Iggy Azalea, you have been requested to be my VP. You are killing it on OnlyFans. I watch your videos every hour.
Cool.
While I'm on the trail.
I think a fuckface Azalea ticket would be very fun.
We have her on the bus TV, and everyone on the campaign bus gets so uncomfortable. But I tell them, you want to fucking watch this shit, or you want to get off and be a loser? And then they say, how did we get here as a country? And I laugh. And finally, the thing I want to say to the country, let's fuck this system right in the face. 2027.
Oh, I thought for sure there was no way I'd vote for you. And I have come around in this 10-minute conversation, DJ Fuck.
Fix the vibes of America again.
Is that an Illuminati symbol?
It's like a hashtag, but it reminds me of vagina too a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Fix the vibes again of America and make it good.
Fix the vibe. That's your slogan.
Yeah.
Fix the vibes of America again and make it good.
Yep. Yeah,
I can read it on your hat.
Yeah, there it is.
You don't have to figure it out.
There it is.
All right. Well, hey, man, thank you for coming by. Thanks to the Hesbos for bearing with us.
You guys are so fun, man. You guys are smart, and that's why we have people like me here talking to you. This is an intellectual podcast of the political climate of the world.
World. All right, guys, that's it for this week. We'll see you Friday on the Patreon podcast.
See you on Patreon. One last special button. Dear God, end this fucking episode. Please, God, end this. Whoa! Who put that there?